But it's really good to be here, and I can see from the attendance in the room it's also a very important large event, a very important date in the calendar for the CLD sector. I also want to congratulate you on reaching the milestone of 2,500 members, as I heard in Jim's opening remarks as well. That's great news. I'm very pleased, near the beginning of my remarks, to be able to use this important occasion to announce the new chair of the CLD Standards Council. And your new chair is going to be Alan Sherry, who's sitting over there. So I want to just say that most of you will know Alan well, and I want to wish him all the best, of course, as your new chair. You will know he brings huge passion and considerable experience and a real drive to the CLD agenda. And starting his career as a CLD practitioner, Alan has served as principal of John Wheatley and then latterly at Glasgow Kelvin College, where of course he is at the moment. And over the years, Alan has been at the centre of many discussions about fair access, equity and social justice in Glasgow and across Scotland. And Alan's commitment to CLD principles is clearly demonstrated through the time and energy that he does give to supporting a wide variety of organisations, from strategic leadership to community level boards as well. So I'm sure I can speak for everyone in the room for thanking him for adding the CLD Standards Council to the long list of organisations which will benefit from his support. So welcome to your new role, Alan. Thank you for taking on the responsibility, and really want to wish you all the best of luck for the future. Thank you. In December, the Standards Council celebrated its 10th anniversary, and that's 10 years of partnership to help individuals and communities achieve great things. And as a key part of my portfolio, I'm learning how CLD is making a positive impact on individuals and communities across the country. I know, for example, that CLD makes a huge difference in schools. In Fife, CLD workers in schools have made the links between families, schools and youth workers to improve learning for everyone. And in Bells Hill Academy, to give another example, having a CLD professional on the senior management team has created new approaches to support and engagement of all learners there. I also know that CLD professionals have a positive impact on health, and particularly mental health. And we can see this in action in places such as Dumfries and Galloway, where CLD workers are supporting the mental health of young people in partnership with the CAM service. The events I have attended in recent weeks have shown me how CLD supports the pursuit of social justice and the positive impact this has on our most vulnerable communities. And that partnership working I spoke about becomes ever more important, but so does the Standards Council in ensuring the recognition of the CLD profession. As schools, for example, rely ever increasingly on the CLD sector to rise to the Scottish Attainment Challenge, it's important that your recognition is appropriately recognised. And of course, recognition of your contribution in CLD is essential to your sector's sustainability as well. And this is where I expect to see the Standards Council make a real difference, helping to raise awareness and support the endorsement of CLD practice within the Scottish Government's ambition for education, health and justice. So in the face of all this uncertainty and change that I mentioned earlier as well, as the consequences of Brexit and other issues become more apparent in the days and weeks and months ahead, CLD practice becomes more important to our communities, as I said before, than ever before. So today's conference theme, in pursuit of social justice, couldn't be more apt in these times. CLD is critical to our drive for social justice and inclusive economic growth, which was referred to by Chris, and achieving a fairer distribution of opportunity in our society and prosperity within the country. And as we do face up to these challenges, I ask the Standards Council to continue to think about innovative ways of putting CLD at the forefront of Scotland's response in support of our policies in health and justice and education. And working across government, alongside all the partners, I'm really committed to raising awareness of the impact made by CLD in our schools, our colleges, our communities and third sector organisations by both paid and of course the many voluntary staff out there as well. So I hope that can be seen in the Scottish Government's commitment to firstly enhance the arrangements for the management of the sector, including ensuring its place in the new Education Scotland's regional improvement collaboratives I mentioned, also to fully purpose local authority CLD plans to make sure they support and target resources locally as part of a process which is led by the sector itself through the CLD Managers Group, and to take forward the development of new adult learning and youth work strategies, which we're doing as well, putting learners at the centre of both, and also the support we're giving in terms of the review of the Scottish Government's children and adult funding to achieve greater parity across all the priorities. And also the fact that we're putting in place new funding arrangements for community-based ESOL and supporting the sectors to work differently together, problem solving in regions where the worst issues prevail and producing improved arrangements for the academic years 2019-20 and onwards. And finally, I want to see better coordination of the different community-related funding streams from across government in support of greater sustainability of the CLD sector. I've already said to Alan, your new chair, that I want to sit down with him very shortly to get your action plan and his action plan for addressing some of these big issues which I've just mentioned moving forward for the sector. But all these ambitions are reliant on a strong contribution from the Standards Council, raising the CLD profile across our wide range of partners, creating innovative ways of joint working and safeguarding the profession as we go along. I know you will take the messages from today back into the communities within which you work and make an even bigger difference within Scotland's communities.